Hey Rachel, what's up?
Electrons change their behavior when they're being observed.
So,
Electrons know they're being watched. What's next? What kind of unknown world are we living in? I don't get it.
okay, you've been studying for way too long. Let's go. Come on. Let's do something fun, you know? I've got this game I hope called Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's the perfect way to escape reality. Let's go.
I guess one game couldn't hurt.
Awesome. So this holographic rare card could be used on the field to give my monsters points.
Oh, the card is holographic? That's pretty neat.
No, it's not actually holographic, but it changes color when you move it around.
But why is it called holographic rare if it isn't even holographic?
Okay, we both know that a card can't actually be holographic, Rachel. So get off your high horse and let's just play the game, okay?
Look, I'm not getting off any high horse until you stop talking and let me set you straight, okay?
You know that scene in Minority Report where Tom Cruise controls his touchscreen with a strange interpretive dance? Well, 15 years later, research is actually coming pretty close to this. To get a better understanding of what the heck is going on here, let's first think about some better known technologies. Your smartphone contains around 80% of known stable elements. That's more than 70 non-radioactive elements. Among those, rare earth metals such as scandium and yttrium are the bridge between science fiction and reality. They allow blue, red, and green colors to generate images on TV, computers, cameras, and even lasers. AirTouch screens use the same principle, and all you need to do is put on a special pair of goggles. You can interact with your own virtual reality by tapping, scrolling, and dragging in the air. Green and red color codes in the sensor process and segment your finger's image, then send this code as input to your wearable device. This input is converted into an augmented reality image on your goggles. Now, this image isn't visible for everyone. It's merely an illusion created by the glasses. One of the flaws in the holograms we see in movies is that the light is actually suspended in midair. As we know, waves of light don't stop until they hit something. An actual hologram has to be the result of photons reflecting off of various surfaces or being refracted through several lenses. You can't interact with your hologram by touching the light itself, as that would cause the light to scatter upon contact with your hand. Of course, all these steps that I've just mentioned are happening several times a second, so that you really do seem to be interacting with this holographic image in real time, wherever you are. The only issues you'll encounter with this are weird looks from those around you. While this gadget is fun for AR gaming or replacing a cell phone, it's also very hopeful for the future of endoscopic surgery, as well as all sorts of industrial applications.
But Rachel, what if I'm not rich enough to afford these weird glasses?
Well, all you really need is a cheap piece of plastic to make this work. There's almost always a simple way around these advances, now that we understand the fundamentals of optics, refraction, and how photons interact with each other.
Check it out. Here, the photons from 4 images are going through walls of transparent plastic, overlapping each other to create the illusion of a 3-dimensional figure within the holographic pyramid.
Evil karma. Whoa. Ethan, you've got to see this.
Whoa. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Let's play with lasers.
Lasers. We see them everywhere in sci-fi movies as well as real life. But to understand lasers, we need to know what the word actually means. Laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. This basically describes how lasers work. First, electrons are put in a pumping medium that is between 2 mirrors and is connected to a power source. When the power source is turned on, these electrons get excited and release photons. Now let's take a closer look. When an electron gets excited, it moves up to a higher energy level, which is unstable, so it then moves back down to its ground state. When this transfer happens, the electron emits energy in the form of light. In sci-fi movies, lasers are usually used as weapons. However, usually these lasers have colored light. This isn't realistic though. The lasers in Star Wars are always colored, and usually red. All these colors have different wavelengths and energy. Red light has less energy than green light because it has a lower frequency. This relationship is true for every wavelength. However, neither of these wavelengths have enough energy to be as destructive as they are in movies. Realistically, a wavelength needed to actually create the amount of destruction seen in movies wouldn't be visible to the human eye because the frequency would have to be so high that we wouldn't be able to see the actual light. So in reality, if we were to make a laser weapon, that could blow things up like it does in movies, we wouldn't actually see the laser. We would just see the explosion.
This is bogus, man. It's so unrealistic.
Science fiction is called fiction for a reason.
Can we just get back to watching Godzilla? We still haven't finished that.
No way, I've had enough for today. I need a dose of reality first. Let's watch the news.
Alright.
Breaking news. A giant reptilian-like creature has been seen rampaging through the streets of...
Okay, it's gonna show me, and then Edan is gonna be giving a weird look over here, and then it's gonna turn towards Edan. Okay?
Do you understand? What do I do?
What look do I do?
Like what look? Like how?
I
I'm
think
like,
you should go like this.